nations, Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca, were bitter rivals and fought. Ticonderoga believed he could end the fighting, so he traveled across Lake Ontario in a canoe made of stone and preached his message of peace to the people. But the people were suspicious. To win their trust, Ticonderoga climbed to the top of a tall tree and said, "Cut this tree down," and it would fall into the rushing rapids of the Mohawk River. If he survived, it would prove that his message of peace was true.
The tree crashed and Ticonderoga survived, so the Five Nations started to believe in him. He met Hiawatha, who also wanted to bring peace. They explained to the Five Nations that one arrow can easily break, but 5 arrows can't. Ticonderoga then became known as the Great Peacemaker and wrote the Great Law of Peace. In celebration, he planted a white pine tree and buried arrows under it to represent the end of the war.
This is the Iroquois flag. It symbolizes a wampum belt. This demonstrates 5 nations: Seneca, Cayuga, the Onondaga, the Oneida, and the Mohawk.
These nations are united together. They bury their weapons under the white pine, also known as the Great Tree of Peace. The word Iroquois means real snakes. That is what the other nations called them, but they call themselves Haudenosaunee, meaning people of the Longhouse.
The eagle was an important symbol to the Iroquois because they believed that it would watch over them, and they thought that the eagle could send messages to the Creator. In the book Eagle, song by Joseph Bruchac, the eagle was a strong symbol to the main character Danny and his family. Danny often dreamed of escaping his problems by flying on an eagle's back, and these are many connections to the eagle in the story. While reading the various sections of the Great Law of Peace, we learned that the members of the nations would gather around the council fire next to the Great Tree of Peace. This is the eagle that watches over them. The lords would spread soft feathery down of gold thistle underneath the Great Tree of Peace for them to sit and make decisions. The lords would put a long wing to use as a broom. They'd also put a staff to use as a weapon in case any crawling creatures come near the fire. They can thrust it away with the staff. Gustowee is a cap with 3 feathers. In the book Eagle Song by Joseph Bruchac, we learned that Richard Big Tree is a modern Iroquois, and he painted Gustowee on his hard hat so he'll be safe.
This portion of our Winter Wonderland Iroquois project is simply recreational. The other portions they're all Common Core based, and this is all for fun. These were pieces that they constructed after looking at the modules and all the important aspects. They pulled them out and decided to construct depictions of what they saw. Many of the students look forward to an extension of the learning, and this is a great way to take a project-based learning and fun things like candy, put it together, and make it an exciting learning event.